Hello, so I am doing a review on this company called Eshow, and I want you just to see the conversation from the beginning, and let's just go far back on how long I've been, notifying this customer since November 11th, 2022. I was honest with this customer, but I never gave her a try. I was always skeptical, okay? But she would always still reach out to me or whatever. I would always tell her not now, etc., etc. So now let's take it down. As you can see, she's still messaging me. I'm messaging her, but she's always keeping me in the loop. Let's see if I can open this because I tend to delete. This is her lace that she would send. Look how thin that is. I should have known better. I didn't even think now that I'm going through these. Actually, this is recent. Look at how thin the lace are. Okay. And this is conversations from this customer. I just want you to see the conversation her and I was having. And she rest assured that the uh, laces would be thick. Only one came out thick, which was the body wave. The other one was super thin. And you see me telling her looks thin. So I wound up still buying the hair, thinking I'm going to be okay. And boy, this is the video she sent me. Well, the picture. Look how thin the hair on the left is, which is what I had an issue with originally. And look at the one on the right. You could tell towards the ends both are kind of thin, but when I received it, the body wave was thicker than the straight hair. So now she shows me her HD lace, and look at how thick the middle is. I should have did my review. I should have looked at Eshow Hair prior, but I just knew her as Katherine the hairbender. That's it. So look how thin that is on the inside. She's showing me another video. And as you can still see, it's kind of thin. Now, don't get me wrong. The type of hair she sells, really nice. But the thin part is what I have an issue with. So my client wanted some curly blonde hair, and I tried to give her another try. She sends me a video, and I'm like, it looks kind of thin. She tells me no. So, friends so desperate in need because there's no long curly hair, blonde hair. So we ordered the hair anyway. And boy, this is the conversation. I started not to buy it at all. But again, like I mentioned, the friend wanted the closure. So we went ahead and ordered it. Here's me showing a video of the straight hair. These are just closures. Fast forward that a little bit. Me pulling out, look at the straight hair. Look how thin that is. Don't get me wrong. I like how it looks because it gives you a natural illusion at the top, right? Not much plucking. But look how thin that is. And she gave it to me in a 16-inch. I don't like how it feels thin towards the end. But the quality of the hair was really nice. That's the end. So I need to let her know that. But other than that, it's fine. Look how small the knots are. But not enough hair. It's too thin. Then tells me, oh, I can add 3 bundles or 4 bundles. No, that's not going to work. Look how small that is. So that's the straight hair, and then this is the body wave. So y'all stay away from Eshow Hair Company. She might change the name. Ain't no telling what it was 2 years ago. Because I just decided to deal with her. And also thin knots. Super thin. I love this. Okay. And she likes to go back and forth with her customers. She doesn't even try to reconcile or help the situation. The quality of the hair is not the problem, Katherine. That's the part you're not understanding. What you gave me is super thin. When I part the hair, it's going to be wide. I don't like that. I want to change the closure, and that's all I'm asking. I'm not trying to have no argument with you or anything. I do not like it. I've been in business for over 15, 20 years doing hair. I just started marketing my wig company to, have more inventory as far as sales. But I've been wearing hair extensions for a long time. I've dealt with the highest companies, the highest brand, and I know thin closures and I know thick closures when it comes to the density. And I don't know, instead of you saying, you know what, let me accommodate you, this is your first time ordering from me, I want to make you happy, it's like we're going back and forth. I don't like it. You can't make me keep something I do not like. It's not fair. I'm spending my money. I'm from Miami, Florida. I'm spending my money. I don't like it. I even showed you the videos. You see me saying how the density, and you can see the density of the body wave. Unfortunately, I did not get that with the straight hair. And even when you sent me the picture of it, I told you that it looked thin. I received it and it's exactly like what I seen. It was thin. Can you please just send me something different? I don't like it and I don't want to keep it. I'm not asking for a refund. I want to exchange it. I haven't dyed the hair. I haven't did anything to it. I just received it today. And literally when I received it, I made the review. And you hear me saying in the video, which I made a live on my Instagram, you hear me saying, I'm going to reach out to you. And that's what I'm doing as an honest uh, customer. I'm giving you my feedback. And instead of you saying, sorry, you're not happy, let me see what we can do to fix it, you're going back and forth with me. It's not fair. Because if I sell that, I'm not going to make any sales. And the more hair you add, the thinner it's going to look. That's not realistic. I can't do that. I don't like it and I don't want it. It's not about me sounding angry, Katherine. You're not being fair. I explained to you, I told you, I even sent you a video. And if you look at this whole thread, you're going back and forth with me about the quality of your hair. If I'm telling you, the customer, that the hair is thin, it's thin. You should say, okay, let me send you something else, or let me add more hair to it and make it fuller. Instead, you're going back and forth with me. That's not fair. I spent my money. And then how you get me back is telling me, oh, the shipping is going to cost more. I don't like it. You should accommodate me, the customer. It's not fair. It's not fair. This is my first time ordering for you. And like I said, I don't have the problem with the texture of the hair. It's the density that's on the lace. It's thin. I don't want to part the hair and have a big old wide parting. No, it's not fair. It needs more hair on it. It's super thin. You can see it in the video. You can see it when you send it to me. It's thin. It's not about arguing. It's reality. I'm not trying to argue with you. I tried to have an honest, realistic conversation with you. I even ordered more hair from you for a customer. So if I didn't like your product, I would not be ordering again from you. I just ordered Blonde 613 for a customer. But I honestly do not like the closure on the straight hair. It's too thin. I don't want to wear that like that. I'm sorry. I wear hair that has thick density, not thin, and that one is super thin. And then you telling me to add more bundles? That's not gonna look good. I want to return the hair for another closure that has more density in it. That hair does not have density. You cannot tell me they are the same. They are not the same density. One is way more fuller. You can tell by the way it feels. You can tell by the way it looks. It's two different types, Katherine. Please, I want to return it for something different. Again, I did a review for you and I showed. The least you could do is accommodate me.
This is not fair. This is why sometimes I'm hesitant on ordering hair from people, because this is the result you get. You're not trying to work with me at this point, and that's not fair. At the moment I'm driving, so it'll probably be another 15, 20 minutes when I get to my destination. And sure, we can definitely video chat. I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to do none of that. I want to become a loyal customer to you, and that you're my loyal vendor and I can purchase with no problem. But I was just being honest that the hair is thin. The quality of the hair, I love it. The knots are thin. I love it. The lace is perfect. The only thing is, I just wish it had more hair on the straight hair. The um, body wave, perfect. Nothing's wrong. It's thick from the beginning to the end, from the closure. I mean, from the lace to the ends, perfect. It's just I wish the straight hair had more hair in it. That's the only thing. Nothing's wrong with the quality of the hair. I can tell you have nice stuff. The HD, the lace is perfect. It's just it needed more hair. Whoever ventilated it did not add enough hair to it. That's the only problem.
See where she's telling me $100 for return? This lady is berserk. Then she goes to showing me other people's. Like, come on. She wrote that HD 5x5 closure, client review by Katherine. Come on. Mm-mm.
Again, Catherine, the HD 5x5 straight hair is thin. Nothing you can tell me is gonna make me believe otherwise. The hair is thin. Okay? It's super thin. The HD closure is not the problem. The lace that you gave me on this straight hair is thin, Catherine. It's thin. It's thin. Again, it's thin. That's the part you're not understanding. It's thin. I just tried to video call you and you're not answering.
Same frontal she showed me. I mean, same closure she sent me. It's thin. Mind you, she told me it was thick. She claimed it's gonna look like this. So I then, because she telling me, oh, well, go find another vendor and compare. Look at this vendor's hair compared to what she tried to send me. Super thick, nice and full. This is what I'm used to. Showed her different vendors. She's telling me it's a different texture. It doesn't matter. We were discussing the density. See what I'm saying? This lady goes back and forth with you. And so I showed her a conversation with my friend girl, who's my client. So she's showing me a different lace from True Indian Hair. She's showing the part where it looks like trash to her. Us going back and forth about it.
You are looking at the hair that is like that because the hair was not combed. However they dyed it, if you're running the brush
This is
through
the
the hair
conversation with
and
my
trying to
friend.
avoid combing the curl pattern out, that's how it's gonna look. You know, I can't really say until
So
the
I
hair
forwarded her
comes.
the conversation.
So that's all I can say. This is what she sent me. I looked at it. Yeah, it looks frizzy, but I mean that's to avoid combing the hair through. That's why. But once you wet it, put the product, it should lay fine. Remember, the hair was black and she dyed the hair. It didn't come natural blonde. That's probably why. I don't know until we get it.
I thought she had natural blonde. I didn't know she was dyeing the hair. Because if you look at the root of that hair, on that last picture I sent you, you could see the pinkish. That's the same thing I told you that Lena thing had, that pinkish. I thought when she showed you them blonde things that she had, that lace didn't look like that. And that hair was full of blonde. This lace, you could tell, look, and you look at the roots, you could see pink, you could see darkness on the root. And it's trashy as hell. And I ain't talking about the hair, I'm talking about the lace part.
The lady was on video call and she told us she can dye it that color, that the hair come natural and she can dye it. And of course, the way the picture is why it look like a pinkish color, but it's blonde or whatnot. But like I said, until we receive it, can't really say much. It could be right, you know. But she did say that it was gonna be bleach, and you asked her how long it was gonna take to bleach, and she told you 2 to 3 working days, and then you said okay. That's when we ordered the hair.
I understand all that, but what I'm saying is, we don't want to get something and the shit fucked up, or we get it and that shit trashy. That shit, like just like how you said you didn't want to bleach true Indian hair to that white, then the lace ain't no good, and then it's trashy. That's the only thing I'm asking.
All you can do is receive it, ma'am. I don't know, but I'm gonna forward everything that you're saying, the pictures, the messages, everything, so she can see and hear. I'm gonna forward everything to her now.
This is her trying to show me the hair is thick, and as you can see, hair is still thin. Look at that one. Look at the lace on this one. Look at that, thin. She's trying to tell me another company that's hot. No, that's her own hair that she's selling.
Ma'am, why are you sending me other people's stuff? You told me to show you thick hair, and I did that. I would never buy from that company because the hair is super thin.
These are the thick.
I've been a hairstylist for over 20 something years. I know quality and I know cheap. I never said your hair was cheap, but the quality of your lace is unacceptable. I'm not going to buy any more lace from you. And instead of you telling me, what you're saying could be right, you rather have a debate with me. I did not text you to have a debate with you. I'm telling you that your product is too thin. And it is. I even showed it to a customer today, and I showed her your messages, and she said, "Oh wow, I can't believe that's what she would send you." And also, why would you want to add more bundles to something that's already thin? It doesn't make sense. So after today, I will no longer contact you because I cannot um, be satisfied. Obviously, everything seems to be a debate with you instead of you saying, you know what, let me work on this because she's obviously trying to spend money with me. Let me work with this and try to do better. You're not the one making the units. You have your employees making the units, and they're adding thin hair to the units. It's super thin, and it's not fair. It doesn't matter how small knots are. Doesn't mean because you're giving me small knots, you give me thin hair. It's not enough hair to cover, is what I'm trying to explain to you. It needs more hair in it. I don't want to have to keep going back and forth, back and forth. Then you tell me, oh, wait for you to send the video or whatever from the factory. You sending me someone else's stuff. I don't care about someone else's stuff. I'm buying from you, and I'm telling you your product is too thin. You should work on fixing that because I'm not going to be the only customer who tells you that. And what are you going to do? Keep arguing with people? That's not right. So I will no longer buy from you. That's it. And my friend who I did the purchase for, she spends over $1,000 on hair every month or every other month when she's buying hair. So for her, the cost of money is not the problem, but she's not going to be spending money on hair and she's not getting enough of it. And the same for me. I'm not going to be spending money on laces and the laces are thin and then you're telling me to add more bundles. Why would I add bundles on thin hair? Make it make sense. That's just like someone who has a head full of hair but the top of their hair is thin and the bottom of their hair thick. You think they want to walk around with thin hair at the top of their hair? No, what they're gonna do, they're gonna invest in a quality closure or frontal to give them the fullness to blend with their natural hair that is thick in the back, not thin at the top. Come on, man. I shouldn't be going back and forth with you. Instead, you should be trying to accommodate me, trying to keep me at ease and trying to, satisfy me, the customer. But you're not doing that. Right now, I feel angry. I feel disappointed because I gave you another try, even though the straight hair you sold me was super thin. It shows in the picture. I received it and it was still thin. Now you send me a picture of a blonde, which is thin. Then you go look up somebody with thin lace and then send me that. Why would I want to purchase from them? I would never purchase from someone with thin lace. So I know that means that's what you're selling. Yeah, the grade of the hair is quality. However, the product is thin. I don't want thin lace. I don't want to spend money on thin lace. I'll go somewhere else with my money moving forward. You're not rationalizing. You're not fair. You don't care because you received the money, you know, and then all you want to do is have a debate. That's not right. You should try to please your customers. And I'm telling you, I guarantee you, I will not be the last person. I don't care how high you are on the market for other people, but for me, it's not high enough because I don't care how quality the hair is, but I'm receiving thin hair. I don't want thin hair on my lace. That means it's not going to last long. I don't do that, unfortunately. Very, 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 very disappointed. Very disappointed. Second time within a week. Second time. No apologies, no nothing. Only thing you told me when I said, "Oh, I'm gonna keep the hair." That's what you wanted to hear. So that you'd rather sit there and have an argument so the person doesn't get the refund. You'll rather lie to me and tell me it costs $100 to do a return when we know both damn well it doesn't cost no $100 for no return. But it's okay, Katherine. I wish you the best in your business. You keep fooling people with the products that you're selling. I love quality stuff, and I'm not satisfied with what I'm receiving. The hair is too thin.
Look how thin that is. You should rest assured. Oh no, it's thick. It's my fault. Look at that.
You can look at that hair and you can see that that hair is super thin. And I don't even think that's some hair from you or your factory. You went to another vendor and got the hair to make the sale. So after today, I would no longer purchase from you. I thank you so much for your time. If you honestly cared about building a long term, I'm telling you what you're selling is not of quality. Because the hair may be nice, but you're selling the hair super thin. I don't want thin closure. I'm sorry. I don't want no thin closure. I don't want no thin frontal. And that hair that you just sent me in that video, it's clearly thin. So now I'm going to have to hear a big argument from her because she purchased from you. No, I'm not doing that. You probably used to be the best on the market, but right now, what you're selling is not the best on the market. Best on the market means you're going to make sure the quality of the hair is full. You're going to make sure the hair quality and texture is nice and presentable. What you're selling is not quality. Quality means everything is going to be quality. You're going to make sure you please your customers. That's what quality is.
Now here it looks full. And there we go again. Look at that. You seen her hand in between the hair? Thin. Look at that. Thin. And then she laughing because it's the same closure, which if I paid attention correctly, I would have noticed it was the same closure. So it's my fault. You have to avoid buying from every vendor. Look at that. Thin. I shouldn't have purchased it. But my friend girl determined to get the hair. She was determined. Not only was the hair thin, it's shedding really, really bad. See, the way it's laid here looks like it was okay. So then she makes it seem like her boss was refunding me for the hair. And telling her I will find another vendor. She did not care about how my experience with her would be. So she claimed she was refunding. Did I get a refund? No, she still shipped it. So this is today's message.
You know, I try to support you and I try to purchase from you. And this is what you send me. Just like I told you in your video, this hair was thin. Look at it. You can see straight through. Straight through. Instead of you being a woman and answering your phone, you are the text. Look how thin this is. What is this? What can I do with this? I can't do nothing with this. Look how thin this is. This is super thin. All you straight through. Look at all this gap. Come on, Katherine. You can't be selling stuff to people and think it's okay. Are you serious right now? And the hair is shedding a lot. Look at all this hair that is coming out. I am very pissed off. I want my money back, and I don't want to deal with you anymore. I tried to trust you. No. Look at this. Look at all this gap. Look at all this. I can't even do a middle part. I can't do a side part. I can't do nothing with this. I want my refund today. Today. And I'm going on the Facebook group that everybody knows about you, and I'm going to tell them about this. This is ridiculous. There's no way you are making money off people like this. This is ridiculous. Look at all this space. The hair is shedding. I can't use this. I want a refund.
This lady had no care, no remorse, as you all can see. Do not buy from this vendor, Eshow Hair. I was referred to her by a professional wig maker. or shall I say ex-wig maker. She's an educator. And this is it. Some people don't realize customer service is everything. So here's another
I had
video.
to do a video. I'm so pissed off. You know, you guys be talking about how certain vendors are good, and sometimes I be skeptical about purchasing from different vendors. However, Katherine, I need to find her number, but Katherine sold me this piece of lace, a 5x5 HD. She claimed it was going to be custom colored based on what my client wanted. And look how super thin this is. What can I do with this? Nothing. Look how wide. Look at all this gap in space. Not only that, their hair freaking sheds a lot. A lot. Can't promote everybody because everybody is a fraud. And this was my second time ordering from her within a week. Look at this. Look at this. I tried to give her the benefit of doubt. Look at how all this hair is shedding. Okay. More of this. It was more of this. Okay. Look at that. You guys cannot be promoting everybody. This hair is barely gone. What can I do with this? I'm telling you guys, stay away from Katherine. Stay away from Katherine. She sells wigs and laces. Don't mind you, the hair, don't get me wrong, is quality. The hair is quality. But the lace and the amount of hair she's putting on these laces, come on. This is highway robbery. Look at that. Where can I do a middle part? Or even a side part? How? There's barely any hair on here. And when she sent me the video, I told her it looked thin. What can I do with this? Look, you can see the gap right here. You can see that. I'm very pissed off. Y'all better stop buying from Katherine.
This is her body wave
So
hair.
this is the body wave hair. And I
Yes, after the
bleached the
bleaching.
knots. I haven't tinted the lace yet. So as you can see, I love how it turned out because it has that natural scalp feel. And this is the back of the lace. Okay. And as you can see here on this body wave, it's thick. Unfortunately, I don't have the straight hair with me because it's at work. But I noticed once I washed the hair for the body wave, it lost the pattern a little bit. So I don't know if this was steamed hair or whatever, but it's not wavy like it was before. It's not as wavy. But again, the problem that I'm having, and I don't think you understand, is the fact that on the straight hair, it's thin. It's thin. I don't know what's wrong with this resolution. Okay? And you can see a little thinness here. You see how wide the parts are. You see how it's missing hair in certain spots. But it's still fuller. The straight one is thin. It's super thin at the bottom. I don't like it. What can we do to resolve the matter? That's what I need to know. And
This
these
is when I
are
received the hair.
closures from someone else. 4x4, regular. Look like it's supposed to be transparent. Yeah, I think it is. I don't even be remembering what I was. And she gave it to me in a 16-inch. I don't like how it feels thin towards the end. It's thin. It's just thin. So I need to let her know that. But other than that, it's fine. Look how small the knots are. Look how small that is.
But you can see how thin it is as well.
Yeah, that's the straight hair, and then this is the body wave. Now the body wave feels fuller than the straight. And also thin knots, super thin. I love this. See, only raw hair will give you this. See how it's turning whitish, yellowish white? Only raw hair does this. You only can achieve that with raw hair, okay? So I'm gonna let that sit a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna rinse it out. As you can see, it is processing, but I need those tints. The knots. Oh, Jesus. So I need the knots, as you can see. Certain areas is processing quicker than the other, so I'm going to use my fingertip to make sure I smooth it in, and then I'm going to wash it out. I already have the other one being rinsed out. Let me show you. So this is what it looks like now. I have the perfect shampoo sitting in it, and this is the HD 5x5, and it took it really well and really fast. Okay.
So she had a problem with the hairline and how you could see the line across, which was not a problem for me because I'm used to that on the raw hair. Once you apply the bleach and then pluck, you can eliminate the heaviness of that line of demarcation. And this same hair, this is what I was able to achieve with it. I colored the hair. I actually bleached it first. No, I colored it first, then I bleached it because it was too dark for me. And that's the color I was going for. Look how soft the hair is. My head size is a 20-inch. And I wound up having to put all 3 bundles in by doing the quadruple tracks on the unit. So here she is complaining about the fact that you can see the weight of the knots because the way they aligned them. And even though hers is supposed to be looking like the number 2, it's super thin. Like, come on, lady. At this point, I was not responding to her because I went on PayPal to file a claim on her. So this is her website. And then she tells me, look how thin the lace is at the top. She tells me these are old pictures from 10 years ago. That's even worse, that your website is still not updated, because that's what you're actually selling. She said it's old pictures before 5 years, dear. The photos are all manipulated. You see what I'm saying? This is her website. Look at that. And I wish I'd have seen her website prior to. She's complaining about the line of demarcation, but as you can see, hers have it too, but the hairline is super thin. See that? Thin. Now you see how she hid the front because she knew the front was thin or probably too thick in certain areas. No, unacceptable. She said products have been constantly changing from the beginning of the pandemic. That's what she meant to say. The South Korean market is closed. There is no workers to do. So the Chinese factory a little bit to explore the improvement of technology. It's been 3 years. So I told her I wish I seen her site beforehand. So she want to claim their old pictures. So I told her I'm going to YouTube, which is what I'm doing now, recording the video. She told me it's my freedom. She can't restrict me. So be aware of Eshow Hair. Their hair is trash. And it's not the quality of the hair that's trash. It's the fact that they apply thin hair on their laces. So who wants to walk around with thin lace with a big wide parting, or lace closure, lace frontal, and you creating wigs and the bundles are thick and the hair on the laces are super thin? That's unacceptable. So be mindful of Katherine from Eshow Hair. Peace.